Sorry, guys. I hit go live on the mic and remembered I should probably take some Motrin because I feel like shit. How are you guys? Hope you're well. I'm good. A lot of pain, but I had such a good weekend. Got to see all of my granddaughters, all of the extended family too, except for my son-in-law, which sucks. He wasn't able to make it, but got to see everybody else, and it was a great time. It was a really great time. And the youngest granddaughter finally became part of Grandpa's Girls Army. I need to get shirts made up. Grandpa's Girl Army. Grandpa, yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, she even reached for me when her mama was holding her. I'm like, that's my girl. My daughter actually looked at me when my granddaughter reached for me when my wife was holding her, and she looked at me and she said, "Do you have to seem so satisfied?" Like, yes, because it's Grandpa's Girls. That's what happens. You sound like shit. I feel like shit. I really do. I feel like somebody beat the hell out of me. And I've had very, very little sleep. But I'm in a good mood and I'm in a happy place. And that is what I care about. So hope you guys had a great weekend too. Hope everybody, enjoyed Halloween and Saturday and Sunday and whatever freaking day we're on now. I think it's technically Monday now, right? Oh yeah, because we should have voting coming up tomorrow. Let's see, it's 12 here. So when I say tomorrow, I am not saying Monday. For anybody who's like, oh, we have voting up. No, I'm not saying Monday. Voting happens on Tuesdays. So if you're in places like New York, it will be having their mayoral vote tomorrow, right? Many states are doing governors, so check your local listings. But yeah, Tuesday's coming up soon. But we're on Monday, so let's deal with that. My Chargers won. I know so many of you care about sports and are very happy for me for that. They didn't deserve to win. They played very badly. Luckily, they were playing one of the worst teams in the league right now. So go Chargers. What else? Anything else before we jump into this? I'm really trying to put off our top story of the night because it's another one of those videos where I saw it, and even though I was planning to do a show later today, I was actually going to shoot for like 6 a.m. and try to get a little bit of sleep. It's one of those videos where I saw it and I'm like, oh, fuck, now I got to go talk. Now I got to go talk about this shit. And I hate those kind of videos. I hate those videos because shit shouldn't affect me like that. I should be able to let it roll off my back, but I can't. Because what I'll do is I'll go into bed and I'll lay down and I'll just fucking stew. I'll just be like, grrr. That bothers me. I should have gotten a notification for that. What is wrong with my sound? Rotro Raggy. I need that technical difficulties music. Oh, but I can read the I'm sidetracked again. Who's shocked? Howdy, Sir Monkey. It's my wife's 35th birthday at midnight. Can we please get a birthday song? Joseph, of course we can. I just need a name. I need a name to sing to. And speaking of which, I'm supposed to sing to Old Man. Old Man actually is turning quite old, 89 years. Old Man, this one is for you. And a 1, and a 2. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear old man. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Go ahead, Jack. I'm sorry. I stepped on you as you were jumping in there.
No, I was just saying happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, old man. Hope you have a great one. I really, really do.
Indeed.
Her name is Penny. Okay, and for Penny, this one is for you. And a 1, and a 2. Happy
birthday to you.
Happy birthday,
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear Penny. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Penny. Hope you have a good one. I really, really do.
Yeah.
2 things. My sound seems to be working fine now. Don't know why the hell it didn't before. Maybe it's just the alerts aren't working properly. But more importantly, hi, Jack.
Hi, Monkey.
How the hell are you, my friend?
Oh, pretty good. Want to know a fun fact?
What's that?
If you eat a bunch of the blue raspberry Licka sticks, your poop will turn green.
Will it really?
Yep, because it's blue. Your tongue will turn blue.
Wait.
You're pooping pretty
How
good.
many did you eat?
A lot.
That's not a number. Give me a roundabout number.
Over the course of the day, probably 6 or 7 of them. However many come in a box.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it might have been closer to 8. I don't know. I wasn't counting. I was just down to those things like I'm not going to get diabetes.
Thank you made her smile. Well, this is a true story I was going to tell you. When I play Stardew Valley, I always romance Penny because she's the poor girl and I want to save her from her alcoholic mother. Stardew Valley is a deeply disturbed game. You save the poor chick from her alcoholic mother. They live in a trailer that at one point you come into and have to help clean up.
Ew.
In a cutscene, yeah. But Penny is bae. That's all I'm saying. Penny's best girl. Absolutely she is. Although in my playthrough I'm doing offline right now, I switched it up and I think I'm going to romance Emily.
Oh, you're not going to save the girl?
The blue-haired hippie chick who probably doesn't shave or use deodorant. I need some of that in my life.
Why?
Because it's a video game and I'd never do that in real life. So I'm doing something I'd never do in real life.
I guess.
Yeah. All right. Let's get to the retards. Go ahead.
Chat and Rumble.
I don't know. My Rumble chat isn't moving.
I can't even see mine.
Huh.
Oh, I just had to refresh. I'm smart. Shush. Leave me alone. I don't know what I'm doing.
You do you, boo. All right. This is Eli Mistel. Mistal. I've heard it pronounced so many different ways.
I like Mistal because it sounds like Cristal.
Like Cristal, yeah.
Did you see this because I sent it to you, or did somebody else send it?
Nope. You pissed me off tonight. Fault. I appreciate it, my friend.
Hey, I got to get show content going somehow, right?
I will say for Eli, however the hell you say his name, good on you for losing weight, sir, because you used to be like twice that size, and that is the only credit I'm going to give you.
Yeah, but the thinner he gets, the more he looks like Black Gary Spivey.
He actually looks like a kid I grew up with. Marlon, wherever you are, I hope you're doing well, my friend. Yeah, Marlon looked like this at 13.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Hang on. I want to show the audience who I'm talking about here so you can all get a good idea of who Gary Spivey is. Because I think it's a very apt comparison.
That guy looks familiar. Was he on Piers Morgan before? Oh, I'm sure he's been on Piers Morgan.
Yeah, he's been on a bunch of different shows.
Yeah.
We've had him featured on here a few times.
Yeah, we've covered this idiot once or twice before.
Yeah.
All right, you got your video pulled up or your picture?
I got an image here. Yeah, this is Gary Spivey.
It's gonna make me do this.
I can't get it to show just the JPEG.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
See what I mean?
Everybody see it? Oh yeah, we brought him up before because of this guy.
Yeah. Every time I have to compare him to Gary Spivey because he's got the same fucking hairdo. And yeah, Gary Spivey's wearing like a helmet of some kind, but
well, Eli doesn't look as much like it because he's cut back his afro. It used to be much bigger.
Yeah, but that comparison will never escape my mind. He will always be Black Gary Spivey, or Gary Spivey will be white Eli
Mistal. Say the stupid stuff for me, Eli. I'm here for it.
Most of our Constitution, even the amendments, have been written and ratified exclusively by white, rich, land-holding men, right?
It's a mystery why that happens.
It's weird, yeah.
It's weird. It's like they're a large percentage of the population.
Yeah, they were the ones who formed the country and wrote the law. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, it's almost like it's a white majority country for most of its existence. Right. They were the ones elected into office because they had the money to run for office.
What the hell's stuck in his hair? He's got a pick in his hair.
Yeah, it's a hair pick with the Black Power fist.
Yeah.
Real quick, thank you, Jellyweg, who says, let's get those numbers up. Let's up those numbers. Yes.
Let's up those numbers. Yeah, this was a popular way to wear your pick back in the mid-'80s.
Yeah.
Eli, grow up, man.
There's not a single state that had a majority legislature of women that has ratified a single amendment in the current Constitution, right?
That's probably a good thing.
He's not wrong about anything he said so far. He's absolutely right. But again, we understand why. But the part that pisses me off is this.
So starting from the beginning and pulling that thread all the way through now, this is a white man's document and it looks like it.
This is a white man's document and it looks like it.
It looks like it because white people wanted everybody to have the same rights. What's he trying to say here?
Well, he's trying to suggest that the Constitution itself is made to benefit only white men.
Yeah, but it doesn't. And it says it right in the terminology. There's even amendments ratified specifically to protect minorities.
We're gonna get into some constitutionality, but we're gonna let this guy finish the stupid shit he says before I go off on my dear God, I hate people who don't understand the Constitution rant.
Right? That's why I sent this to you. I figured you'd have a good rant in you.
So when you ask, like, is the Constitution working as intended? Pretty much. And the intention was to crush the rights and democratic participation of everybody who was not a rich white person.
Nope.
So that's why only landowners can vote still, right? And that's why
black people... Wait. Stop. Wait. That stuff is not up to the federal government. That's not in the Constitution. None of the voting shit's in the Constitution other than how we apportion our electoral college and our House of Representatives. You know who gets to decide how votes are done? The states.
Oh.
That shit's left up to the states.
I thought you were going with the Jews. Well, what about that amendment that freed all the people that were, what's that word? Enslaved.
The 13th?
Yeah.
That was for the benefit of white people. White men. Well,
weren't white men the majority of slaveholders?
Yes.
And we fought that whole kerfuffle to, that put an end to all that. Why would they?
Well, see, white people got together and they decided it would be much better to pay their labor than to have it for free.
That makes no fucking sense.
Hey, I'm just going by dickhead over here. Gigi Evans, thank you so much. This guy, everything white is racist. White sitting at the top of everything. Just look at the top of my head.
You're not wrong, Evans. You're not wrong at all.
All right. We need to discuss the Constitution and how people talk about it. Because most of the time people talk about the Constitution, they are not talking about the original Constitution. They're talking about the Bill of Rights, which is amendments to the Constitution. It is a part of the Constitution. But when you're talking about setting up the government, what those white men wrote, the original documents, the what is it, 5 or 6 articles? I can't remember now. Of the official document, had nothing to do with race or free speech or gun rights or any of that shit.
It doesn't say anything about only white people can hold office.
No.
Nowhere does it say that.
The entire thing was setting up the government. It was putting the powers and limitations on the president, the House, the Senate, and the courts. That's what the document does. Real quick, let me get this. The Duck, thanks so much for that feminist $12. Hi, Monkey and Jack. YouTube won't let me say what I want to say, so take my money, Cash App inbound for Jack. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, give it a second. The Cash App's pretty slow.
When it comes to the Bill of Rights, there are a lot of people when the Constitution was passed who didn't want a Bill of Rights because they were worried that it would limit people's rights to only what was enumerated in the Bill of Rights, what is listed as these are your rights. That's why the 9th Amendment is so important, because it tells us Hey, just because it doesn't say this is your right in here doesn't mean it's not. And then the 10th Amendment says, hey, if we didn't give this power to the feds, that shit belongs to the states and you, the people. The 9th and 10th Amendment are the most important amendments on how things are run. 1 and 2 are very important for our rights as people because they help back up, 9 and 10. But 9 and 10 is what limits the federal government and is supposed to limit this. That's what the fucking founding document was. It was about limiting government, but still having a government strong enough to have a cohesive nation.
You're crazy. It's all about Whitey.
Because the Articles of Confederation were shit.
What? You're bonkers, man.
They had to come together and make a stronger document to hold the country together. And that gave us the U.S. Constitution. You will notice that this asks, is the Constitution racist in my title? And I just got to I need to clarify something here. I didn't put U.S. Constitution in there because, frankly, all of your other ones out there that are basically written on a whiteboard are a fucking joke. And I don't call what you guys have constitutions. They're guidelines like YouTube rules.
Yeah. Hence the Soviet Constitution, which gave you all sorts of crazy rights that were promptly ignored.
Yep.
Real fast, though. Thank you, Donald Camp, for that feminist donation. Says it's your turn. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that.
Yeah. The Constitution itself is not set up in a racist or sexist or any other way. In fact, once you get to the amendments, it specifically makes it so you can't have the racism and sexism. But if you read the original document, that it was the reason that they did that was to override the states, not because the federal government was written that way. We never had to change the Constitution, not for voting rights or any of that shit. We did it just to solidify those rights. Doesn't mean they didn't exist under the original structure. Again, 9th and 10th Amendment, guys. But this little fucker, I look, Eli, you're a learned man. You've been to college way more than you should have been. You teach people, you write books about race and shit. Name me the constitutional provision that was racist. And I know what you're going to say. The 3/5 compromise, Jack.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say the penumbra because the paper was white.
Did the 3/5 compromise mention race?
I did not. It mentioned slaves. There were white slaves.
It mentioned all other people that weren't full citizens,
including Indians.
Yeah. So it didn't even mention fucking race. You could have been white and been counted as 3/5 of a person. You could have been black and counted as a full person.
See, what Eli fails to understand or care about, either he's disingenuous or he doesn't give a shit. I don't care which. Is that not all black people were slaves. There were plenty of emancipated people, specifically in the North, and not all slaves were black.
Yeah, and we're not saying this to take anything away from what happened with slavery or
because slavery of any kind is horrible.
Or to diminish the actual racism that existed here in the United States systemically for a long, long time.
Yeah.
But you can't blame that on the document if you, one, haven't fucking read the document, which apparently he hasn't, or when the document doesn't bring up anything about whiteness. Not a fucking thing. Name me the provision, Eli, that benefits white people that when applied to black people doesn't benefit black people. Does free speech not help black people? Does gun ownership not help black people? Does voting for your representative not help black people? I'm so tired of people like this falling back on the Constitution and just lying to people about what it is. This is how we end up with stupid shit like it was written 200 years ago by old men and it's outdated. All right, fine. What part of it is outdated? What part? What part doesn't apply now? I'd love to know. And I'm including the Bill of Rights and the, what is it? We're up to what, 27 or 29 amendments? I think it's 27. So the other 17 amendments after the Bill of Rights as well, except for prohibition, which we had to write an amendment to get rid of. Because women were like, we want this. And so we gave it to them like, oh, we don't really want that. That didn't turn out how we thought it would. That's a lesson, guys. That's a fucking lesson.
Yeah. Don't listen to women.
Stop listening to women.
Did you know this asshole wrote an entire book about this called Allow Me to Retort, A Black Guy's Guide to the Constitution?
Yep.
And it's supposed to be a, quote, easily digestible argument about what rights we have, what rights Republicans are trying to take away, and how to stop them.
He's a race baiting piece of shit. It's what he is.
Yeah, he's a slightly younger Al Sharpton.
And they make a good living off of race baiting. It's like Fuentes and Jew hating. There's money to be made there. Has nothing to do with reality. It's just about getting that bag. Let me talking like the youngins. Get that bag. Speaking of getting that bag, did you see that Hassan claimed he grew up poor?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. That was, did you see his comparisons? Did you watch Pegasus' video on this?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, the clip where Hassan's comparing himself to Superman, and then on Halloween he's wearing a Superman costume.
Yeah.
There is something wrong with Hassan's brain.
Look. We're done with Eli, right? We don't care about him anymore?
No, he's a retard.
Yeah, fuck this guy. Let's go back to Phoebe. She's much cuter to look at. This is her playing with one of her favorite toys, which is simply just packing paper. That's my cat.
Midwest Gunner said, looking at this guy on the screen reminds me that I ran out of Q-tips.
Yeah, and somebody else had called him a Q-tip earlier, and I don't disagree. Although Q-tips have a use, and he doesn't.
Oh, you're going to stick a black man in a white man's ear. I see how you are.
Yeah. I'm convinced that Hassan did not dress up as Superman for Halloween. And hear me out. I realize this is on Halloween, and he's wearing a Superman outfit. But look at his mustache. He shaved off the beard. He's got his gay mustache back. I'm convinced he was shooting gay superhero porn.
You know, that's where my mind went to. Either that or he was like, hey, kids, want to go for a ride in a van with Superman?
Right? That is not a good look, Hassan. This is a guy who's got a picture of him as like a fat little 10-year-old dressed in dressage gear. That's the fancy stuff they wear on horses when they make the horses dance.
Yeah.
You know, like we all did as poor kids.
Yeah. Poor kids can afford to go play polo and do anything with a horsey. Because poor kids, they all own horses, right? Those damn poors with their horses. Real quick. Thank you, Unit. Can we just send him to China with a Winnie the Pooh mask on? Either one of the people we've been talking about. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Thank you, Sin Nikki, who says, until this asshole takes a DNA test, discount him. Why does he need a DNA test?
See if he's inbred, probably.
He is inbred. His uncle told us that.
Yeah.
I'm just going by what Chank said, and that's his uncle. So he's an inbred piece of shit.
At least on his mom's side.
At least on one side, yeah.
Yeah, that's the Muslim side, by the way.
On his grandpa side, they were first cousins.
His family tree doesn't fork.
Officer Buck, thank you. Hassan dressed as Henry Cavill Superman before the CGI to remove his stash. It's from
but you know what? Henry Cavill could pull the mustache off. This guy can't.
By the way, Tard, take off the glasses if you're Superman. You're dressed as Clark Kent. You understand that, right?
More like Chester Kent.
Superman doesn't wear glasses. Clark does.
Yeah.
He
was probably too busy shocking the dog earlier to do that.
I get it. You got to wear your glasses because you paid a lot of money for them, you know, being all socialist and shit. Couldn't go get some discount lenses. Don't want people to think you're poor
Monkey, he lives off of a necessity budget. And
Pedo stash. It really is. Somebody needs to tell him what that looks like. One of his friends needs to tell him what that looks like. I hope they don't, because it makes me laugh every time I see it.
I don't think he has real friends. These
None
other
that-
streamers, they're not his real friends.
None that'll be honest with him. So many of them. I mean, even Ludwig, who came out and like, yeah, that was dead ass a shot collar, and he came back. Well, actually, it was just a vibration. Your own girlfriend said it had the shot capabilities and that the prongs were taken off.
Yeah.
So you sided
know
with
she's over
Hassan over your girlfriend, you douche. Your girlfriend who goes to Hassan's house every day.
Thank you, Unit. You would also fuck AOC because she looks like a donkey. Yeah, but
Yep.
it'd be for her pleasure.
Her pleasure. Yeah, this little asshole has bragged before about what a privileged upbringing he has, but somebody pointed out that he's, a dirty, lying little socialist. And like, actually, I've been both sides of the poor and rich divide, and you guys just don't understand it like I do.
I love that he got community noted for that.
He's such a fucking liar, man.
He's not even a good liar. It's all easily provable. He's just so arrogant. He can't handle criticism. He is such a thin-skinned pussy.
This is how I cannot stress enough how much his community is a microcosm of what all Democrats are these days. He constantly lies to them, provably lies to them, and they defend him like, he would never lie to us. You're just a dummy poo-poo head. Thank you, Frosted, who says, fuck it, Metropolis deserved doomsday, dude. Indeed. Scribbles, what the fuck are you doing up at this hour, man? You got to work in a little bit. I was inadvertently streaming at the same time as you. I bequeath my audience upon you in apology. You never have to apologize for streaming when I stream.
Yeah, technically, we came in after you started streaming. So
I do not believe in time slots. If you have one, great for you, but there's a good chance that just the way I stream, I'll stream when you're live.
We're going to step on you no matter what, because that's what we do.
No, I think, look, I have never cared about that. Ever. Even when I was on Lords of the Nights and we were on at 9:00 every night, like, somebody went live when you did. I'm like, good. I hope people watch them.
Yeah, I mean, you can.
I don't take
rewatch
the VOD down. You can watch this later.
Yeah, we live in the future, baby. As Greg Grilmo used to say, you can watch whenever you want.
Yeah. Speaking of Hassan, there are a whole bunch of people who won't stream when he's live and it's because they want his audience.
Yeah, they're the hanger-ons and the copycats.
I found an extra hour in my pocket this morning. Ah, fair enough. You not working tomorrow, bro? This motherfucker usually gets up at like 4 a.m. his time. You need to be in bed, man. You gonna be cranky tomorrow?
Right?
Probably grab a coworker's boobie and be like, I don't even give a shit.
And then throw a Snickers bar at her when she complains, or put it right between her boobs and be like, there, you're clearly hangry.
I don't know why I turned him into a Twitch user. I'm sorry, Scribbles. Bye, dude. Have a good one. We'll see you later, bud. All right. I wasn't even planning on talking about Hassan, but just his nonsense. Like, I'm so poor. I grew up poor. I grew up a poor black kid. All right, I want to talk about the thing you tweeted out, Jack.
I narrowed it down.
Right before the show. Breaking: Oregon federal judge blocks President Trump from deploying the National Guard to Portland. Now, the judge has claimed that Donald Trump, we can just bring up the conclusion here. For the reasons above, this court issues the following preliminary injunction until this court issues its final opinion and order resolving plaintiff's request for permanent injunction. Defendant Secretary Hegseth is preliminary enjoined from implementing the following memoranda, federalizing and deploying members of the National Guard in Oregon. And it's basically the injunction is against them deploying the National Guard and federalizing them.
Yeah, which will never hold up.
Yeah, because of this right here, which is what is it? It is Title 10, Section 12406. National Guard in federal service can be called up when the United States, you know what? Fuck this. I'm not even going to pretend I'm not blind. We'll just blow that shit up so I can read it better. United States or any commonwealth or possession is invaded or is in danger of invasion by a foreign nation. Nope, that's not. Nope. But number 2 says, listen to me here, Judge, because this is important. There is a rebellion or danger of a rebellion against the authority of the government of the United States.
Oh, you mean like Antifa?
Like people rioting outside of a fucking ICE building.
Oh, people attacking infrastructure centers or government facilities, or just terrorizing the citizens with no sign of stopping because local cops won't do anything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess this would qualify, wouldn't it?
The authority of the government of the United States. If you were trying to block ICE, which the federal government has the authority to handle all immigration issues, everything, this right here should have made that judge go, sorry. So this suit, guys, is Oregon, the state of Oregon, suing Hegseth, saying, no, you can't call up National Guard troops and deploy them here. This right here, Title 10, lays out whether or not it can be done. And it's like, yes, it can. So this judge is just wasting time and money because the dumb bitch is like, I don't like what you're doing.
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what's going on.
I don't like it.
See, a lot of these federal judges have that taste of power where they have just enough power to be a threat to people, so that a lot of them let it go to their heads and think they can tell anyone what to do. And that's not exactly true.
This is a problem we have in this nation right now, and it's one that's been boiling up, and Trump is fighting against. And we've already had the Supreme Court weigh in a little bit on this shit with like, you guys got to stop with these injunctions. You don't, as a judge, get to just decide you don't like something, so it can't happen. An injunction is supposed to be for if there is a serious irreparable. Shut up. Irreparable harm caused by letting it go forward. So, like in this case, there would be some irreparable harm by letting the National Guard go out there and protect the ICE facility. What is the irreparable harm to Oregon from that?
Then get rid of Antifa. That's like apparently a large portion of their infrastructure.
Thank you, Gigi Evans. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. Speaking of horses and men, Ralph is losing custody of his son after a 2-week-long Pillstream-a-palooza. Mersh is set to testify in family court against him. Oh, goddamn.
Yeah, I've heard that Mersh is dating one of Ralph's exes.
Oh, God, which one?
That is? I don't know. One of the baby mamas. But
not the one with the son, though, right? Because that's, what's her name?
The Vickers one.
No. Faith, come on.
I don't know if that's 100% true. That's just what I was seeing in videos. So
I'm gonna have to, if that's true, I'm gonna have to reach out to her. Look, I know AP likes Mersh and all, but I find the guy to be disgusting.
It's kind of creepy.
He is. Vicky or Faith, you can't go from Ralph to Mersh.
Look, I thought Ralph was the rebound. Ethan's a poor choice for a baby daddy to begin with, in case looking at him wasn't an indication.
I haven't talked to Faith in a long time. We DM from time to time, just checking in on her, see how she's doing, because the internet put that poor girl through a lot, and she's young and dumb.
Yeah, no well, most young people are.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Anyway,
when you're in your 20s, you're stupid. You just think you're smart.
So, yeah, this is just a judge wasting everybody's fucking time, and I'm really sick of this shit from our judges. It needs to stop. This is not what injunctions are supposed to be used for.
Oh, it's not Faith. It's some Mersh sip named Dagger Pussy. That name sounds familiar too.
I've never heard that one, but I haven't paid attention to Ralph in a long time because the dude is just a disaster.
I'm pretty far behind on most of my drama stuff because I was watching the fat people drama. J-Bay getting arrested, which was one of the funniest police arrest videos I've ever seen. And then Amberlynn Reed was having a complete fucking meltdown for the past like 2 months. So I'm really far behind on my Ethan Ralph nonsense and some of the others that I usually keep up with, like in Adrastia. Why are you saying stripper names? I didn't name them, dude. I thought Ralph was doing better down in Mexico. That's funny. That's adorable.
I mostly just keep up with the political ones because these are the ones your kids are listening to, and it bothers me that so many of these assholes have so much power over children.
Yeah,
I mean,
especially Hassan.
Hassan just the other day attacked a woman verbally, guys, because she was born in South Vietnam and lived through the Vietnam War, and she's like, yes, communism sucks. And he got all mad and told her, why don't you go back and live under South Vietnamese then?
Yeah.
Like,
bro, which
what?
would be going back to communism. Yeah, he basically told her, go back where you come from. That's an interesting statement from somebody who grew up in Istanbul.
Let's just be clear here about the Vietnam War. The South Vietnamese were not good people. They were corrupt shitbags too. But when the U.S. pulled out of Vietnam over the next year, North Vietnam killed 1 million South Vietnamese.
There's a reason that you see all of them trying to get on that helicopter on the last flight out of Saigon.
Yep.
They knew what was coming. They were terrified. And we brought a lot of people here. There's several in Canada. Canadians took quite a few in. But a lot of people were massacred because they couldn't get over here. It was barbaric what happened.
There's no South Vietnam to go back to because the commies took over everything. And the people who could leave did.
Yep.
But once again, you have a fucking champagne socialist piece of shit who's like, how dare you talk bad about communism? I've only ever lived a privileged existence. You fucking suck for talking bad about what you literally lived through.
Monkey, he grew up very poor. His family was only a few multimillionaires.
Yeah, they weren't billionaires like people say.
Yeah, they're only multimillionaires. It's tragic. It was so hard growing up in that nice section of town with that privileged existence.
Let's be clear, when we say multimillionaires, we're talking 3 digits of million, high 3 digits of million, not like we have 2 million. No, we're talking hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah, he has no concept of what poverty is, and he won't last very long as a poor person.
Just think about what that says about the amount of money he has right now, that he thinks his parents were poor for being almost billionaires.
Yeah. Well,
this prick actually says that he makes enough money now that he takes care of his parents.
They're probably just retired because they don't need to work anymore because they're so fucking rich.
He ain't paying for their fucking shit. They're rich.
They're probably paying for his stuff and he gets to bank all his money.
Oh, I fucking hate that dude, man.
I hate him with a burning passion. After he shocked his dog, I consider that man to be evil. Just evil. Real quick though, thank you, Evolve Patel. My favorite recent judge acting as the supreme ruler of the land is one saying Trump has to use funds set aside for emergencies to pay for food stamps, even though the law around those funds says it can't be used for things like food stamps. Yeah, there's a lot of dumbass judges out there. They're just activists.
There's actually 2 judges who did that with the emergency funding. I don't know how that's going to go over because I don't think the judges have we talked about this on the last show and I haven't read the law. It is possible the judges are right. And I know nobody wants to hear that. But a lot of our entitlement spending is considered mandatory. And depending on how it's written, it might be that emergency funds have to be spent on that. And you can blame your representatives for that shit.
Yeah, I hope they dial a lot of this stuff back. I'm getting real sick of people being parasitical. I mean, if you can loot a store and push a shopping cart out of the store, you can get a job.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So yeah, I have real issues with that. I am so sick of welfare queens. You should not be generationally allowed on welfare.
He said he lives basically. Yeah, Hassan said that he lives on basic needs.
Yeah,
You
basic
know,
necessities.
like $100,000 sports car when he doesn't even really drive.
That McLaren is necessary, Monkey. It's part of his brand, just like the designer clothes.
A $3 million home because necessary.
He lives in the poor area of the rich town because it's only a $3 million home. It's a starter house, Monkey. It's like basically a shack with no windows and tattered curtains. The neighbors could just shame him.
Well, hey, look, man. If he doesn't live in the Hollywood Hills, how are people going to see his fancy clothes?
Yeah, and those fancy clothes is part of his lifestyle brand. Look, he has an image to keep up.
That piece of shit cunt has one of those Instagram girl video or pictures where he's sitting there and he's got a bag on his lap, big old bag, says Gucci across it, and you can read the Gucci because he made sure it was showing in the photo.
Oh, of course. Did you duck lips too? Because that one surprised me.
No, he's doing the I'm too cool to notice somebody's taking my picture, stare out the window.
Oh, I hate that. I really hate that, man. He is so fucking dumb.
Totally wasn't posed. No. They just happened to catch him there with his designer bag. It just happened to be front and center. Gucci. What kind of gay ass man is running around with Gucci?
Ethan Ralph. That's why he got robbed, remember? His man bag was a Gucci.
Gentlemen, we need to talk. Stop acting like women, okay?
Yeah.
Knock it off with I need designer shoes and designer bags. You're men, for fuck's sake. Act like it.
Yeah, I'll give a little bit of a pass to gay men, but not
I won't.
much.
You're still men.
Yeah, you still should butch it up quite a bit. Like, don't look like you walked out of the Hunger Games capital.
Yeah, I'm so tired of men acting like women and that being. I'm with the Chinese. We need to get the girly men the fuck out of media.
I agree. Sorry, yes, Hassan, you're out. We voted.
I was watching that Pegasus video, and he plays a clip of Hassan saying something to the effect, "I haven't changed." And all I could think of is his little clip. I want to take him saying that and put it with the clip where he says, "Old enough to count, old enough to mount."
Well, I mean, yeah. I'm not going to make.
And again, not saying that I think he actually touches children. He was trying to be edgy there. It really is his whole shtick, and it always has been.
Yeah. And he's not smart enough to adapt to anything new. That's why he's such a hypersensitive pussy.
But the thing is, he changes his mind. I mean, just look at what we've been talking about so far with him being poor. He's come out and talked about how he grew up affluent.
Yeah, but that's my point. He can't change because he's a notorious liar.
Yeah.
He's incapable of actually adapting to a new situation. He just throws little hissy fits and creates a lie to justify whatever he needs in the moment. I don't think he really thinks beyond 5 minutes at a stretch. Oh, real fast. Thank you, Unit. I had to ride the feral cats to my polo matches. Polo would be a lot cooler if it was midgets on like cougars or lions. I would watch the shit out of that.
He is Muslim. He isn't touching children. He is not Muslim. Bullshit.
He hides behind that as a shield, but I don't know. Yeah. I don't think he's a real Muslim.
This motherfucker brags about going to brothels. Show me that in the Quran.
I'll work on that.
Yeah.
Look, he hides behind the fact that he has Muslim heritage, like his mom's a Muslim, but his dad's like Greek or something, I think.
If you watch that Pegasus video, he plays the clip where Hassan is like, "People are mean to me because I'm a Muslim." No, you're not. Stop it.
Yeah, and no, they're mean to you because you're an idiot and a liar.
You're a Muslim like I'm a bodybuilder.
I liked when he always says, like, they call me a terrorist because I'm Muslim. No, they call you a terrorist because you advocate the killing of your political opponents and you host terrorists on your show, you scumbag.
Didn't he say he went to a Diddy party? Well, that's an interesting story. Yes, he did. And then he said, I didn't do that. And then somebody showed him the video and he goes, oh, yeah, I guess I did.
Oh, whoopsie.
How did I don't care who the fuck you are. You remember even just a normal Diddy party. Let's say it was a Diddy birthday party and they had clowns and no touching of anybody inappropriately. You still know you went to a Diddy party.
Yeah, because your butthole hurts.
Because this is P. Diddy. And at the time he goes to this, it's not like he's an unknown person. You remember going to the most famous person's party that you've ever been to.
Yeah, Diddy is one of the most recognizable brand names in the United States, even now.
Did I don't think I did that. And they play the picture or the clip of him. Like, oh, I guess, yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember. Don't make me drop an N-bomb. Bitch, please. And it was weird, man. They were playing some weird shit on the screen. And what nobody asked him is, did you leave? Nobody's asked him that. Did you leave when you saw weird children on a screen?
Well, there was too much lube for him to leave. He got a little slippery in there.
Yeah. Show me the devout Muslim who's going to a fucking Diddy party. You know,
they do go to the dancing boy parties
with
in
cocaine and alcohol and infidels. Go ahead, show me all that.
I bet there's bacon all over those things too.
Look, I knew a guy I've known one Muslim my whole life, and he wasn't actually Muslim. He was, but he didn't like being a Muslim. His name was Manny, and he was from Pakistan. I used to call him Manny, the Mad Pakistani. He didn't like it. But
so it made him angry.
He was a really chill dude, though. He would just tell me to go fuck myself, which is fair. But he was in college here and he graduated and he had to go back home. And he was so depressed because back home, even though he comes from a very rich family, he couldn't have alcohol and he couldn't chase women, which he loved about the United States. Yeah,
there's no strip clubs in Saudi Arabia. Or anywhere in the Middle East, really. So good luck with that. You're going to hang out with a bunch of people that wear garbage bags, and you're not going to know if they're attractive or not.
Can you imagine going from a place where in the summertime women are basically wearing skimpy underwear on the beach to a place where women, you might be able to see their eyes?
Yeah, maybe. Some of those, what are they, jobs, the full body trash bags. Those things must stink because imagine walking around in the desert in one of those. You're going to sweat like a lunatic.
I can't imagine that regression. I don't care how well you live in Pakistan. I'd rather be poor here.
Right.
Because I like freedom in women, so, you know.
Yeah, no fun allowed. You're probably not allowed to dance or listen to music or anything. You know, you don't want the police of vice and virtue come knocking. They have them in almost every Muslim country.
You ever seen Hassan actually do anything Muslim besides supporting terrorists? And hating Jews, I guess.
Oh, yeah, he hates the Jews quite a bit.
You ever see him do anything? Any of the clips we've ever watched on here, any stories you've ever read about, have you seen anything at all that makes you go, that guy is religious in any way?
He never talks about praying.
No.
I'm pretty sure he streams during at least one call to prayer, the nighttime one.
You need this. He streams 8 hours a day. There's no way he's not missing a prayer.
Yeah, and I don't think he's ever talked about going to a mosque. He's never mentioned his imam.
Nope.
Yeah, I doubt he's very religious, if at all. He might own a Quran that somebody gave him, you know, because his mom's side is Muslim. And he was probably raised Muslim because he grew up in Turkey for like 8 years. So he probably knows a little bit of like expressions and stuff like that. Like any kid that went to church for a few years would know.
He's just anti-American. You're not wrong about that either. I mean,
Yeah, he's a filthy commie, so that's totally antithetical to America. He's one of those champion socialists because he likes all the benefits of living in a capitalist country while saying that you shouldn't live like that.
yep.
He doesn't give any money to charity. He doesn't help the homeless or the needy. He's just sitting around collecting piles of money, bitching about everybody else.
Here, I'm going to correct one thing you say. He may give money to charity.
The stripper charity?
No. I mean, he might actually give money to charity and he just doesn't talk about it. Some people do that, and that's fine. However, he does not give enough to live up to his socialist ideas.
No.
And we can see that from the opulent life he lives.
Christians are encouraged to donate or tithe 10% to their churches, which in most societies is a charity of some sort. They give to the needy, that sort of shit. That's the intention there. I doubt he gives anywhere near 10%, let alone what his socialist ideals say he should donate. He should be given at least half, if not 3/4 of his money, because he does not live at a basic necessity level. If he did, he would have a smaller house. He would have secondhand clothes. He'd be living like I do.
That's the whole the communist thing. From each according to their ability, to each according to their need. He doesn't need he doesn't even need a show.
No.
He's got enough money now that he could take a little bit, buy a tiny little farm, and go live, and nobody'd ever have to hear from the fucker again. And he could give every other dime away, but he won't do that because he's a capitalist who just likes taking money from dumbass commies. He espouses commie ideas, but he doesn't actually believe in any goddamn one of them. Because if he did, he couldn't live the way he lives.
No.
Yeah.
He might think he does, but he doesn't live what he preaches.
That reminds me, I got to give props to our president. Because, yeah, I was so happy to hear him say this. He's being asked about Mamdani there in New York.
Mamdani, 34-year-old Democratic socialist. He's the
communist, not socialist. Communist. He's far worse than a socialist.
Hang on, can you crank that up a little?
No, it's as high as it goes.
Oh, okay.
He said she has he's a 34-year-old Democratic socialist, and Trump says commie. He's a commie. And that's what we need to say every time one of these assholes tells us that they are a Democratic socialist. You're a commie. I don't want to look at this bitch. Let's put Trump back on the screen. There we go. They get away with their not. And Mamdani, he's not wrong about that either. Mamdani has been like openly commie.
Yep.
Right now, he's trying to pull it back and do the Bernie Sanders nonsense. And no, I don't want to take over everything. We're gonna, but I don't want to. But go out there and look. There is no doubt that this is a full-blown commie. And I'm just glad to see the president call this out because it is. They're not socialists. And socialist is just commie light to begin with. So just call them what they are. Commies. And we don't need no dirty commies in my country, Jack.
Fact. Only good commies, one that's not here.
One that's gone. We have to say that very carefully. Bernie's a commie too. I have never called Bernie anything other than a commie.
Yeah, he's more than welcome to take a free helicopter ride out of the country too.
Not only have I said that all Democrat socialists are commies, I have said that even if you are just a socialist, you are a commie because that's the goal of socialism.
Yep.
The goal of socialism, according to Marx, is to get you to communism. They try to play it like the trans folks, right? Because the trans people, it used to be you were transitioning. You were a man, you've transitioned, and now you're a woman. Not for real, but, for all visual purposes. But somewhere along the way, they're like, wait. Let's just stick with trans. Trans is your identity now. Socialism is the transness of the political world.
Yes, it's the middle ground. It's the indecisive middle ground.
The goal is to get to the destination, which is as close to being a woman as you can be. But with socialism,
communism.
it literally is communism.
Yeah, communism is all about being a woman. You want free shit, no accountability, and you want to do whatever you want without consequence. That's what all communists seem to believe. And it ends up in a totalitarian state like prohibition, where you end up with a bunch of mobsters running around. It never works out, is what I'm saying.
You act like socialism is better. It's just a slower fall. Calling it a slower fall is actually perfectly worded, because the reason Marx said you had to do that was because otherwise there would be violent rebellion. And it's what we've seen everywhere is violent rebellion. Bolsheviks, Cambodia, China, anywhere that they've taken, Vietnam, Korea. Stop me when I've said enough. Cuba,
Yeah,
Venezuela.
Over 100 communist countries, and none of them are successful. None of them.
And none of them actually followed Marx's plan of starting with socialism. And that's why they got a little bit smarter about it and started pushing things like, oh, no, we're democratic socialists.
Well, a couple of them have kind of tried that, but they get impatient, so they just try and rush it through. And either way, it's not going to work, because communism is a failed ideology.
And the reason they end up having to rush it through is what we've always said about communism around here, is that it requires authoritarianism. Because if you argue, if people who are working harder than the guy next to him, yet living the same or worse off than that person, get the chance to speak against it, they will.
Yeah, and that when people start noticing what socialists are doing, they get impatient and scared, and so they just rush into communism by brute force, which is usually an armed attempted overthrow of a government, which is what continues to happen.
Yep.
So they're trying it a little slower here in the States, but Canada's a few years ahead of us on this one.
Oh yeah.
So if people don't pay attention, we're going to end up in a failing democracy like Canada is.
We're seeing the West moving more and more towards this, and it's class warfare is starting to work. It really is. And it sucks, because envy is such a powerful motivator.
Oh, yeah.
Envy, jealousy,
greed. It's all part of the same branches from the same tree.
And make no mistake about it, the commies are like, I deserve good stuff too. It's greed. And what, they got 3 of the 7 deadly sins?
Yeah. Well, we get a lot of gluttony. We got a lot of sloth.
Yep.
Envy.
Is there any of them? I guess lust, maybe not, unless you're talking about lusting after money, but not sexual lust so much.
I don't know. Those male feminists.
Yeah. But I don't think we can attribute that to communism. That's just, shitty people.
Yeah.
A different kind of shitty, because communists are shitty people too.
That's true. Yeah, you can't trust a communist. They're baby brain, and they're dangerous. They're willing to lie, cheat, and steal. Just like, think of a petulant, spoiled child, like Hassan. They make the best communists because they're greedy, they're self-centered, and they're arrogant, and they're easily malleable. So they're willing to hurt people for what they want. Antifa is just littered with these people. You get all the misfits of society in these groups.
Bernie Sanders the other day, when he was asked about Donald Trump and how he really should be supporting Donald Trump, given Trump's policies and stuff, one of the things that he brought up was income inequality. How do you deal with the income inequality? That is just class warfare. Yeah.
Yeah. There will always be disparities. There's always going to be somebody that's better at something than somebody else. That's just life. We're not all ever going to be exactly equal.
Look at the nonsense. Like, my parents could buy a house when they were my age. Okay. What do you buy that your parents didn't? That shit's never brought up. Like, no, my parents could have a house. Forget the fact that houses these days are almost double the size they were in 1950.
Yep.
In 1970, they're still a quarter bigger than that. But what did your parents have? They had a washing machine. They might have had a television, maybe some cable, Jack. a landline,
Yeah, a refrigerator.
a refrigerator. What do you have? Well, you have your computer, your Xbox, your iPad, your Apple Watch, your cell phone, maybe
Starbucks.
second one, depending on where you are, your daily Starbucks thing. Your
Yeah.
mom and dad weren't going to fucking Starbucks. They're making coffee at home.
My favorite is when you break it down for somebody like this, like one of my friend's kids, she's in her late 20s, and she was bitching about this. And I said, yeah, how many subscription services do you have?
Yeah.
And we counted them. She had like 7. And I'm like, right there is easily $100 a month that you could save.
Yep.
Yeah, but I need to watch those shows. Do you? Do you need to watch those shows? No, you want to.
Gigi Evan, thank you again. Hassan is the 8th deadly sin, being a willful clown. Oh, the man's an
he may
asshole.
not be able to help it. He's pretty dumb.
Look, guys, I'm not saying it's not hard out there. I'm not, but stop comparing your shit to what your parents or your grandparents, my great grandfather, he bought a plot of land for 3 cents. Yeah, where? I guarantee you it wasn't in New York fucking City.
Yeah, look, maybe I'm a little out of sorts because my parents were lost generation and not boomers.
Mm-hmm.
So my grandparents, who I knew very well, they lived through the Depression and World War II. So they had it a lot harder than fucking anyone I know. Oh, it's so hard. We can't buy a house. Yeah, you're not a dirt farmer. Shut up.
Yeah, how's that Dust Bowl going today?
Yeah, like, oh, there's no jobs anywhere. Oh, damn. Well, guess you better find a way to work. And you know what? People back then knew how to do other stuff. Like they knew how to can things. They knew how to repair stuff because you had to. And people had hobbies. They don't really have those things to fall back on now. It just disgusts me how many of these crybabies don't even try. They're not looking like, okay, well, maybe I should move to a region that's less expensive than like the big city I want to live in. Oh, I want to live in New York and buy a house. That was unrealistic for our parents. Okay, fuck you. You want to live in 3 Mile Island?
Spoonie says, I'm just mad. Food prices keep going up. Food prices have always gone up.
Yeah, that's just inflation. Although I bought a dozen eggs for $2 yesterday.
Yeah. Right now, there's a problem going on with coffee that we've not got into on this. Coffee prices are soaring because of issues down in Colombia right now.
Yeah.
Well,
but hey, that's a luxury.
For the most part, our food prices are holding basically steady at their 3 to 4% sorry, 3 to 4% inflation each year. We're just still suffering. It's going to take us years to get back to where we were because, again, we don't have deflation. So the 2022 inflation just fucked us so bad.
Yeah, COVID, all the nonsense they pulled during COVID is what caused a lot of the current problems. It's temporary.
Another thing, and this is one I saw today that I saw a video of somebody in a Walmart. I do question it a little bit. They say they were in a Walmart on the 1st at about 3:00 in the afternoon, and it was pretty much for a Walmart, especially like I live in the middle of nowhere. Our Walmart is way busier than that place was. There were like 1 or 2 people in each aisle. The aisles were full. And somebody pointed out one of the reasons for high food prices is the same reason that we have high college costs. It's the same reason we have high medical costs. It's the same reason we have so many high costs because our government is paying people to go buy this shit.
Yep. The welfare program has caused a lot of the food price inflation that we get because all these stores take EBT or SNAP, whatever your area calls it, and they can adjust the prices accordingly because they know the government will adjust their donations accordingly.
Oh, yeah.
There was a great video I watched about monkeys using leaves to buy bananas. I retweeted it earlier. It was all about, if the price of bananas goes up and the government steps in and says, well, here's 2 leaves so you can buy the bananas, the banana people are like, well, if they can afford that, let's raise another one.
Yep.
It's a vicious cycle. So of course prices keep going up, and
It-
those of you that are hardworking, normal Americans that don't get the freebies get fucked.
It's the simple law of supply and demand. When you give
Mhm.
more money, that increases demand, which when you increase demand, what happens to prices? Goes up.
Yep.
Richard says, Monkey, it will never go back because of printing money. It'll go back in the sense that eventually, unless somebody fucks some shit up, we will crawl back to where the price of eggs in 10 years is equal to the inflation or subtracted inflation of what it was 10 years ago.
Yeah, or everything will collapse in a shitstorm of currency devaluation.
The prices never come down, but wages go up.
Yeah, and eventually you end up like Zimbabwe, where you have to reset your money because you're printing the $1 trillion bills.
Our biggest issue right now is that we've gotten to a place where the government is spending so much money to give basically subsidies to places like Walmart and stuff,
Yeah.
that the people are hooked on it.
Oh yeah,
And the places like Walmart know it. All grocery stores, they know it. They're gonna get that money every month, no matter what, and they can just keep chipping away at what you have, and then the government's just gonna be, well, if they can't afford it anymore, we got to give them even more money.
yeah, which creates this vicious cycle of they have to tax everybody else more to give to the freeloaders and the leeches and the handful of cripples that are actually people that actually need this stuff. That they're fucking everyone else, and eventually that becomes unsustainable.
Yep.
Real quick, thank you, Keldrick. Honestly, while some food prices on certain products are going up, in my area at least, most prices are going down. For example, today I bought 2 dozen eggs for $6. At the beginning of the year, that would have cost me nearly 12. Yeah, I think the record ours got in my area was a couple places had eggs at $8 a dozen, and it's down to $2 now. The average was around $6. So yeah, that having the egg prices come down is a good indicator. Beef is going to take a big old shit soon too, by the way, because we cut that deal with, I think it was Argentina. Did you see that?
No.
It was either Argentina or Brazil. I think it was Argentina though. We bought up a bunch of their money and basically did a money swap so we could prop up their money. And we also cut a deal that will import a bunch of their beef products. So that's going to lower beef prices because it was like in the billions of dollars a year.
Evolve says, I wish we had your house prices. I wish we would get our house prices down further, and all we got to do that is build more fucking houses.
Yeah, they need to stop building McMansions and start building normal people homes.
Well, even if we just built the standard house right now, if I remember the number correctly, it's like 2,400 square feet.
Yeah.
If we just built a ton of those, house prices will come down because then you have a higher supply.
Well, on the upside, a lot of housing go.
It's literally what we saw with the subprime mortgage crisis, because what happened is suddenly there was a shit ton of housing on the market that nobody had the money for. So the prices dropped drastically.
Oh, yeah. You could get a house real cheap if you had the money.
Yep.
I know a couple people that lost their asses on their houses and ended up getting foreclosed on because they got an adjustable rate mortgage and it adjusted and they couldn't afford it because they're dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Be careful what you sign.
And you can thank the Clinton administration for that, because they basically forced banks to give people, minorities, loans that they couldn't afford.
Yeah, Dodd-Frank. That legislation pushed a lot of this, and Clinton was more than happy to push that crap through.
And it's one of those instances like, look how we're helping black people. Look, you foreclosed on his home, asshole.
Yeah, good job helping him.
I bet he's real thankful for that.
Yeah.
Frank, thank you. I'm fat because I eat because I'm sad because I'm fat. It's a vicious cycle. Talking about the grocery store reminded me of that. Yeah.
Well, the important thing is to substitute those Doritos for some carrots or something healthier.
I mean, I don't know how many more examples people need to see that the government throwing money at stuff never helps.
No, and it's going to be even worse with if Ma'am Donnie gets his idea of the government grocery store off the ground.
Half of all homes are on sale go to foreigners here. That's in Australia. Even with that, if you guys built more houses, eventually that number gets more to you guys than to them. Or even if they buy up a bunch of them, again, it's just supply and demand. As long as the supply is low, they can charge whatever the fuck they want.
I think Australia needs to do some terraforming and turn all that outback desert land, wasteland into greenery.
Fuck, we did it to Nevada. You guys can do it.
Yeah, we didn't really do anything. We're just like, hey, this is new. Go get it.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, okay.
Just pump in some water. You'll be fine. Got all ocean all around you.
Yeah, how could that backfire?
But they keep increasing the demand. Look, this is why if one of the most basic fundamental thoughts about how to make money is getting into real estate. Why? Because there's a shortage of land. There's only so much. Even the Chinese trying their best to build more land, that's not working out real well. So if you own some, basically it's always going to go up in value.
It'll always be worth something.
Hashtag not always, but basically always. So the idea is to own property.
Well, even land in like Fukushima is worth money.
Unless you are in like the most dense city. There's plenty of land still out there. There's tons of land out there. It's just everybody wants to live in the same goddamn spots.
Yeah, they want to live in the happening areas, the upper class areas. Nobody wants to live in the hood. Nobody wants to live in like Youngstown, Ohio, because it's got a high murder rate.
I'm fairly certain you can get a cheap cabin at Ruby Ridge.
Yeah, it might be a few ghosts there.
Nobody wants to live way up there, but you could.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing, though, is you can buy a house. It's just a matter of where.
Hey, I'll be right back, man.
Yeah, and not to mention illegal immigration and immigration in general is a problem for a lot of countries. Australia, I don't know why you guys are bringing people in. That's just insane. Some parts of the desert, they just built underground living areas. That's awesome. I saw that video, banana. It pisses me off seeing people bragging about getting EBT like they're proud of scamming the system. Yeah, they're freeloaders. Yeah, absolutely. There are a lot of people that are happy they don't have to work, and they want to rub it in everyone's face because they don't want to work. They're lazy and they're parasites. And unfortunately, they figured out if they just plop out some kids and don't get married, they can keep that gravy train coming for 18 years. So on a regular basis, they just plop out another one and you get another 18 years worth of free shit. And eventually you're old enough that they just keep you on there because now you're too old. So government hates us. Yeah, a lot of governments hate the countrymen now. Britain seems to be really ahead of the game on that one. But you're not that far off. See monkey with diaper got loose in a Halloween store. I did not see that. I will look that up. That should be funny. Oh, my. So I was watching movies, and I was watching Gator Bait, which was a lot of fun. I'm going to review that one here in, 2 weeks? Yeah, check out my reviews for Ernest Scared Stupid and the Bikini Car Wash Company, because those came out today.
I've been still watching Caleb Hammer. I don't like him. And you watch Caleb, right?
Yeah.
Next time you watch him, look close and tell me he doesn't look like he's like half Down syndrome.
I kind of thought that at one point, but
he's Downs adjacent. He's got to be. Anyway, one of the side effects of watching, because I like watching for the people because they make me feel like a winner. I'm just gonna be honest. These people are just horrible with their money. I saw this bitch who had a $1,500 mortgage that she couldn't pay, Jack. She was 2 payments behind on it. and she spent $1,700 in the previous month on fast food.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Could not pay her mortgage because she bought fast food. And her
Yeah.
reason for it was my kids need to eat. Like, huh? What?
Yeah, your kids don't need to have McDonald's every day.
I was talking with my wife about it because one thing I do like about Caleb is he flat out tells parents that they're bad parents.
Yes.
And especially if he says the one thing you're never supposed to say, you're a bad mom. And I was telling Lady Monkey about that. She goes, that's mean. I'm like, this bitch is about to lose her house and become homeless. In this case, it was a chick who bought a $950 dog because, and I quote, she had a dog as a kid and she wanted her kids to have that same experience.
Yeah, that sounds right.
She was going to lose her house and she spent $950 on a dog. And my wife was offended at the notion of her being a bad mother.
She is a bad mother because
She's a bad mother.
having a dog is not gonna. It might help you raise some money on the street when you're like panhandling, but people are really dumb with money. There is very little financial literacy anymore.
Wait, Bubba. She has an excuse for that. He says, get a free dog. All right. Here's her reason for not just going to the pound and getting a dog. One time, a shelter dog lunged at her sister. I'm going to let that hang in the
Is
air.
she worried that dog is still going to be there?
I don't fucking know.
I mean, they don't just keep one pit bull around for funsies. Real quick.
No. Well, before you get to that, go ahead and do your thing first.
Thank you, Valpatia. One of the plans to build more homes here is just to bring in more Indians. They don't necessarily need to have the skills to build houses, but if they bring enough, they might get some. But they need to also have homes for them too, stupidly. Yeah, your government seems to be functionally retarded. I don't know what the hell they're thinking.
It costs a lot to get. My favorite part of that is that she didn't even get a purebred dog. Her dog is actually 3/4 something and 1/4 something. So she paid $950 for a mutt.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, she doesn't make good life choices.
But Caleb tells her, go to the pound. And her excuse of not going to the pounds because they're all pit bulls down there. And he's like, no, they're not. I've been there. And she goes, but you can't get puppies. He goes, yeah, you can. There's a whole fucking wing that's puppies. And she said this, and I'm not kidding. Well, I've never gone.
Then how would you know, dummy?
I'm
I'm going to apologize in advance. I had to take a cough drop. So you might
you're
hear
fine.
clacking because I'm coughing a lot.
Yeah, so I have been too lately because of the drainage.
Mm-hmm.
They say this chick is a bad mother. What Caleb is getting at when he calls them bad mother, he even tells them you might be good at everything else, but you are going to make your kids homeless. You can't be a good parent when you make bad decisions that put your kids on the streets. These aren't people who have lost their jobs and suddenly they find themselves unable to make the bills anymore. These are people who many times make really good money and really stupid fucking decisions.
Yeah, he had one couple on there that together made like $280,000 a year or some nonsense like that. And they were in debt. Like, how are you in debt?
If it's the couple I'm thinking of, I know one of them made 230 because he made 150 and she made 80.
Oh, that might have been it.
Is it the ones that had their $75,000 wedding?
Yeah.
Oh,
I hated
that pissed
them.
me off.
I hate most of the people on that show.
I need to talk about weddings right now too. Because I'm so tired of hearing, I deserve my special day.
That's a bunch of propaganda nonsense.
Go
that's
fuck
been
yourself.
drilled into girls.
I want to know how many people whine about how they can't buy a house who had fancy fucking weddings.
Yep.
Because I promise you, your mom and dad and your grandma and grandpa weren't spending $25,000 to $50,000 on a fucking party for one day.
Hey, I've been to weddings that were less than $1,000, and it showed, but everybody was happy.
My wedding cost whatever it cost to file the paperwork.
That's like $50.
We got married at the courthouse. And unlike a lot of these people that you see like Bridezilla and all of them are fucking divorced now, I'm still with my wife.
Yeah. Look, the divorce rate is right around 50%. Why are you going to spend all these thousands of dollars on something that may not last? First of all, yeah, we all hope for the best, but let's be realistic. Also, you could take all that money from the wedding instead, put it toward your house that you're going to buy or some other major life purchase instead of the wedding. Just go to the judge and bank all that cash.
The one I was watching right before I started the show tonight is this couple where he makes a ass load of money. I forget how much it was, but he works for like power line stuff.
Oh,
he makes a shit ton of money. Together they're bringing in $9,000 a month.
that's nice.
Like $108,000 a year is their income, and they are $400,000 in debt.
What?
Yeah, because he has a spending problem. He likes to just go spend money and spend money. What bothers me about these people is a lot of the times they could still spend the money if they did it smart. We have a problem in this country with credit. Everybody's like, we need credit. I need credit. And you do if you're trying to get a house and a car, and I get all that. But the overwhelming majority of stuff that you need to go buy, you don't need to finance. You shouldn't be financing it if you can get away with it. Because all you're doing is giving somebody extra money to be able to buy that thing from them.
Well, and one of the interesting things I noticed is that a lot of people do not pay attention to their annual percentage rate on the credit cards.
Oh, bro, I didn't realize how bad some of those were till watching him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I get credit card offers in the mail, and because of my student loan debt, I have really shit credit. And they're like 30%. The highest one I ever saw was 33%. And I was like, that's usury, man. Fuck you.
Yeah, it's fucking gross, man.
Mm-hmm.
Look, Lady Monkey has really good credit. I have like no credit because I don't have a credit card. I don't buy anything on credit. Our house is paid for, so my name is not on anything that's getting that. Our bills are paid on time, so if that helps my credit, that's the only credit boost I have.
Yeah.
But Lady Monkey has good credit but doesn't use it. We buy our groceries on the credit card and then she immediately pays it because she wanted to get her credit score up.
Yeah.
Like, okay, well, I mean, as long as we're paying it, I don't care.
Yeah, because like my parents had one credit card that was like 18%. My dad was freaking out. He's like, 18%? That's ridiculous. I'm like, Dad, mine's 30% if I were to get a credit card right now.
Yeah, I've seen some of them on his show and like, God damn.
Yeah, but they don't pay attention to it. It's a nebulous concept to them. That it's not a big deal. It's only 30%. I don't understand what that means.
Other than home loan, only interest ever had or ever paid was in hospital, GOE couple of months. Look, if something comes up, that's what that should be for. Is like you really should have an emergency fund. But if you can't, then yeah, that's what that's for, and you get it paid down as quickly as you can. That's just the smart way to do things.
Yeah,
it's amazing and you and I've talked before about how we don't teach people how to do finances in school, but it's never really been people being taught. And my dad didn't take courses on how to handle a home loan.
Yeah.
The stupidity thing came with, especially in the 80s, and it actually starts back in like the 50s with certain stores giving credit and shit, but it's credit that has fucked everybody over. That's what has changed, is that suddenly instead of just, well, I have $5, that costs $4, I'll have $1 left. People are like, that costs $5. I don't have any money. I'll buy it with my credit card.
Yeah, and that's why a lot of stores got rid of layaway and offered store credit cards.
Walmart
did make more money off of it.
Yeah, and Walmart. I was there when they got rid of layaway, and it was such a dumbass idea. The next Christmas at that the reason they said they got rid of it is because you end up holding that inventory, and then if they don't pick it up, it goes onto the sales floor, and oftentimes, that's not even true. It's not oftentimes, but sometimes it ends up on clearance, so you lost money from it.
Yeah, but you really didn't.
Yeah, because in the aggregate, we actually made so much more money from people being able to come in. And Sam Walton was a genius coming up with layaway.
Yeah, layaway was great.
It was credit without credit.
Yeah, it was credit without punishment. And
Yes.
like Meyer, for layaway, they would charge you like a $5 fee, one-time fee for everything. You could add more items on for free. But it was like a $5 layaway fee, and if you paid it all off, I think you got it back. I don't remember exactly. But they sold so much shit out of that store. Like the layaway department would go into our back room, and it would take up the entire layaway department. It was just massive overflow. But they sold a lot of stuff that way. And I remember, like, my parents bought stuff at Kmart on layaway.
Sure.
For us for Christmas, because it gave you time to pay things off. Yeah, you had to pick it up by like December 15th or whatever, but they usually gave you a month or two before that when they started the seasonal layaways.
We had layaway year round. We just cleaned it out every year at December 15th. And then we'd start over, and like January 1st, you could put something on layaway again. But our back room, you've been in the back room of these big stores, the ceiling to floor racks. Yeah. We had rolling ones of those that would be packed full, and there were 12 of them.
Nice.
And this is for a small community. It is still one of the busier stores in Michigan for reasons I don't want to get into, but they're like, we're going to get rid of layaway because it's costing us money. And then the next year, Walmart went, oh, shit, maybe we should bring back limited layaway.
Yeah.
Like, no shit. Sam knew what a lot of these dumbasses who go to business school don't, is that no matter how much you were like, hey, this is a better deal for you. I had this argument with my regional manager one time, because when I ran HBA, the number one selling product in health and beauty was the 12-pack of Mach 3 razor blades. And he came into my store and told my assistant manager I had to put those out on a display. And I told my manager to go fuck himself. And he's like, what? No, this is what he wants. I'm like, where is he? I'm going to go talk to him. And so I grabbed up my paperwork and I went and showed him. And like, in my store, the 4-pack sells. And he goes, yeah, but the 12 is a better deal. I said, as long as you have the money for the 12.
Yeah, if you don't have the money, the 4-packs. If we live in an economically depressed area, because if you do, they're only going to buy the fucking 4 because that's all they can afford, you asshole.
And that's what Sam Walton knew, that so many, and why Walmart took over the country for so long, is because he knew, hey, these people are poor. This is what they can afford. Let's sell them that. They can only afford this if they can buy it over the next 3 months. Let's let them do that. And yeah, credit is just bad, guys. I'm not saying don't get any credit, because it is necessary in our world, but as little as possible. As little as possible. But you know how much you end up paying on a home by the time you pay it off? If you go your full 20 or 30 years, it's like double the actual price. And that is all just the bank making money off of you. And those are, when you look at it on the terms, it's like 7% interest rate. Imagine your 30% interest rate on a credit card. How much you end up paying. That's one of the things that has surprised me watching Caleb when he does the minimum monthly payments, how long it'll take you to pay it off.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's like 30 years for like a couple $1,000s.
Yeah, that's because people don't think about how long it would actually take with the minimum payments. They really don't think about it. They just write the checks and move on. And these days, you don't have to write the check. It just auto withdraws.
You and I are going to start a series on this show called Get Smarter with Monkey and Jack. I see a lady crying tears of joy because she was able to finance a $40,000 bag. Oh! Why?
See, I don't feel bad for those people when they fuck up and fail miserably. $40,000 bag. You'll have for like 2 years.
Why would you even want a $40,000 bag?
Because Kim Kardashian had it, or some other stupid ass celebrity. By the way, Kim Kardashian saying that aliens don't, that we never landed on the moon,
Oh,
was one of the funniest fucking things I've seen in a long time. That woman is retarded.
monkey management. Look, I have a lot of great tips to give people, and I'm old enough now that I can claim I'm wise and shit, right? But whether finance or personal or interpersonal relationships or just getting your fucking life in order, I'm become the next Jordan Peterson. Instead of clean your room, though, my book is going to be known for telling people to go fuck themselves. Like, you're screwing up, go fuck yourself. It's amazing. This is the other thing that amazes me watching Hammer is the amount of excuses these people give.
Oh, they're not excuses, they're justifications.
Tomato. Honestly.
I agree completely, but that's what they are in those people's minds.
It's never, I mean, I don't want to say never, because there are a few people on there who, and this is where Justin, I keep wanting to call him Justin Hammer, and I have no idea. Isn't that like the guy from one of the Marvel movies?
Yeah, that's the bad guy from Iron Man.
Okay, yeah. So, Caleb, the one thing he'll do that annoys me is there are people on there like, hey, I'm trying to get it together, and I'm just not quite getting any. I don't care. The past doesn't matter what you tried to do. But then he's like, you did this when you were young. The past is all that matters. Like, come on, man, pick one. But
nope.
For the most part, these are people who they're not even trying. They're not even trying. They just give up. And I've been there. I was poor.
Still am.
Still am, yeah. I'm not like I was when we were first married and stuff. We made bad decisions. That's where wisdom comes from. Everybody thinks wisdom is like because you got old and you read a lot of books. Nope. Books don't give you wisdom. Mistakes do.
Yeah, you have to have some life experience to have wisdom.
Yep. Without mistakes, and that they don't have to be your mistakes. It can be somebody else's that you saw and paid attention to. But that's where wisdom comes from. And we have a shortage of wisdom in this country.
That's because people aren't told to learn from their mistakes. They're told everything they do is great and, oh, you're doing your best. Nobody ever looks somebody dead in the eye and goes, you fucked up. When was the last time you saw anyone do that wasn't somebody talking to a small child and everybody judging them harshly for it?
Oh, yeah. Multiple payments for DoorDash, that's pretty dumb. I do not understand people who DoorDash. I'm just going to be honest with you.
I don't get that either. What a waste of fucking money.
One, don't you guys have pizza places in here? They deliver most of the time just for a tip.
Yeah, there might be $1.50 charge at some places now because gas prices were up and they just kind of got people used to the fee. But DoorDash is a ripoff.
You ever
food's going to be cold.
You ever see Ryan George's thing on DoorDash?
No.
Look it up sometime. It's him playing the two parts, the guy ordering and DoorDash and going through all the fees. Yeah, Divine Pestilence, thank you. Is Monkey now rich? No, just in happiness.
I'm not rich. Like, share, subscribe, and give me money because that makes me happy. And I'm a miserable old wretch with no money.
I think we also have a problem. I mean, and you kind of hinted at this a moment ago. We have a problem with honesty in this country. Like I said, my wife got mad at the notion of Caleb calling that woman a bad mother when she's objectively a bad mother. She's going to put her kids on the street for a dog.
Well, among other bad decisions, yeah.
Yeah. And if you can't call that a bad mother, who is a bad mother?
Yeah. But you're not allowed to be honest with people anymore because it's mean. And the last thing you want to be seen as is mean or racist.
It's one of the things that I really do love about British people, and even they're starting to lose this, is just how honest they are with each other.
They're like, kind of brutal sometimes, yeah.
You're fucking up. You're kind of retarded. Like, yeah, you're right. I am.
Yeah, the Irish used to be really good at that too.
Yeah, here it's like, oh, you purposefully burned your house down and now you have nowhere to live. You're such a victim. I'm sorry that happened to you. Morning, Monkey. Good morning, Alan. Thank you so much for the donation, my friend. For the tip. I got to call it a tip because taxes are coming.
That's right. Tips for the new year.
Tips for the new year. Tip your local Monkey and Jack.
That's right. Nobody needs money more than monkeys and stickmen.
That's right.
We're very entertaining creatures. I looked up that video somebody told me about in chat a little bit ago while you were gone about a monkey that got loose in a Halloween store. I posted it on Twitter and I dropped the link in earlier. It's hilarious. That made me smile.
I'll check it out when we're done here. How are there so many people in here and so few likes?
We need a redistribution of the likes. So can we get some more likes, please?
This is one I actually have sympathy for because I watch videos. I don't want to say constantly, but I watch a lot of videos, Jack. And I constantly forget to hit the like button on it. Yeah. And I feel bad about it, but I don't go back and hit the like button.
I've been making a more concerted effort to hit the like button on videos I actually did like. Even if I just moderately like them, just because I know it helps. And I want people to do that for me. So, you know,
I try to do it on streams, especially.
Yeah.
But even then, I mean, sometimes I need room. I was watching P-Dog like a week or two ago, and he mentioned hit the like button. I'm like, oh shit, I haven't hit the like button yet.
It was people that I know, like P-Dog or Scribe. I always hit the like as soon as I show up, just because I don't want to forget.
Yeah, see, most of the time when I'm opening a video or a stream or something, I open the video, move it to my other screen, and then I go back to what I was doing. And so often I don't even think about it. I need to get in the habit of just hitting it when I first get in.
Yeah, because if you're watching AP or Scribe or a P-Dog or someone like that, you know you're going to like the content. So just hit the button.
Furry says, never trust a British person to call you retarded. As a Brit, the issue is when I say, what a fantastic idea, or yes, let us do that, or I never thought of that. My point, not necessarily saying the word retarded, but I do like the way that at least it is sad that it's going away, but the way British people interact with each other, where Americans will watch what you guys do and be like, fuck, that's cold. Like, this is true. In the show The Office, they had to make Michael nicer because American audiences were turned off by him, even though he was a really good facsimile of, what was his name, Brent on the English Office?
Yeah, Ricky Gervais's character.
They had to make him nicer because Americans were like, nah, we can't deal with somebody who's that big of a dick.
Yeah, Americans are a little too pussified these days.
Americans need our romantic notions. That every asshole is just an asshole because they're misunderstood or they had a bad child. You know, we need a romantic notion to justify the shittery.
Yeah, and that ends up bleeding into the bad guys, though.
Yes,
and
it does.
I would rather have a lovable asshole good guy. Like, he's so curmudgeonly. Look at him. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
But he's still an asshole. Like W.C. Fields. World's greatest asshole. Fucking awesome. But then they're like, oh, well, Thanos is just misunderstood. He's an ecologist. Fuck off.
One of my favorite reactions I ever watched was all the reactions I've seen to the movie Gran Torino.
Yes.
Because almost everybody who watches that, the millennial and younger generation who see that and they see Clint Eastwood's character at the beginning, they're like, I don't think this is okay.
I'm sorry, you're referring to modern audiences.
But what's great about it is literally every single one of them, by the end, we're crying when he dies. Sorry, spoiler alert if you haven't seen that really old movie.
Yeah, spoiler alert for a 10-year-old movie. Real quick, thank you, Alan, for the generous tip. He says, and a tip for my friend. Well, thank you, Alan. I appreciate that. Hope your day's going well.
But that kind of character is so lost in American media because, yeah, he was an asshole. He had some reasons for being an asshole.
Yeah.
but he was an asshole, but he wasn't a bad guy.
No, he was just kind of a curmudgeonly old man,
Mm-hmm.
which is why I love W.C. Fields.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can relate to him. He's my spirit animal. Him and Jimmy Carr.
I just we would be so much better off with a little more honesty.
Yeah, and a little more brutal honesty. Like, well, why won't they let me do that? Because you're fat, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
I'm sorry.
Oh God, did you see that fat bitch who used to do the plane stuff when she got in trouble?
Arrested?
And
yeah,
arrested?
I sent you that video.
Did we watch it on stream? I don't think we did.
I don't know if we did. I know we talked about it briefly off the air, but I don't
Yeah.
remember covering it on air. Because I was trying to talk you into watching it on air.
Yeah, I saw Bering did a video about her.
Yeah, we would
and
have been ahead of Bering.
I'm still not sure we would get away with, although we get away with so much.
Well, I mean, we're a moving target, buddy.
It's nice being small sometimes.
Yeah, if you just grab the raw video,
Yeah.
I think we could get away with it because that's just body cam footage, and there's lots of people that do body cam footage,
Yeah,
and there's no nudity in it. It's
for
just
the record, it's this fat bitch just being a bitch and getting herself arrested because she was in the hospital
yes,
and they wanted her to leave because there was nothing wrong with her.
yes, and she had already been We have to watch the video, dude. You can't describe that. Part of her issue.
That did describe it.
Yeah. Well, she was being thrown out of the hospital, and the poor cops said that they had patience of saints, man. They deserve a medal for dealing with the 550-pound woman who didn't want to leave.
Yeah.
Because my back was hurt just watching half of what they were doing. And I would have gotten the nightsticks and tasers out. It'd have been a good old time.
I have a feeling
fat body positive Rodney King video.
I feel like they didn't use the tasers because it would be like Kaya getting shocked. It would just make her yelp a little bit, wouldn't actually put her down.
I don't think she'd even yelp. She probably wouldn't even feel it.
Yeah.
It would have been like it'd been like throwing a pebble into the ocean.
Mm-hmm. She's a horrible person, but
yeah,
she's one of these people that like if I go on a plane and I'm fat, I deserve 2 seats. I shouldn't have to pay extra. What? Why not? That's their seat, asshole.
And no, the chubbos get a free seat.
You're so fat you have to sit in 2 seats. That's got to be uncomfortable as shit. You got because seats have that kind of dip,
yeah,
and then they come back up to the frame of the seat itself. So you got the frames in your ass crack the whole flight.
I'm going to explain to you how this works with giant tub of goose. Okay. I would refer you to Amberlynn Reed, who at one point was wiping her butt with the washcloths of her dead mom. Right. Yeah. And how she was doing that was putting the washcloths on the corner of the sink and backing up and
wait, she didn't have a stick like most fat people?
No, she didn't have a wiping stick. She would put it on the corner, back into it, and jiggle her shelf. So I think the same principle applies. They just flop one cheek onto each seat so that they can have a poo if they need to in the middle gap.
You still have the raised part of the seat in your. I don't like when I sit down on a couch and I didn't notice there was a fucking pillow behind me. I can't imagine having something go up my crack for a 5-hour flight.
They're not going to know though because there's so much more blubber holding. I mean,
they know.
Their ass cheeks are pillows, so they're already elevated high enough that they probably aren't even getting that touching their taint or their brown eye.
They can feel, and maybe not touching their taint, but they can feel it pushing up into them somewhere. There's no way you can't feel that. I need a new mattress. Our mattress is like 20 years old, and if I accidentally roll into the middle, it's like, oh, I'm way too high up. And you feel it immediately, that change.
I'm saying they have different sensation than the rest of us because they're so blubbery. They may be like there's no sensation down there because their synapses and shit don't fire the right way.
Spud Gun, thank you. Monk has been married forever, has a family that actually likes him. He's richer than most, half to Jack, Also, the more polite, the less we think of you, and we curse your bloodline. Thank you, Spud.
The Brits
Fair
are
enough.
fun people. Thank you, Spud Gun.
And over on the Streamlabs, thank you so much. What did that say? Floofy, what? Load up so I can say this and I don't sound as retarded as I do right now. There we go. Floofy Pousse, thank you so much. Or in proper English, how to use a word in all of its forms. Fuck this. This fucking fucker's fucking fucked. Fuck. Fair enough. I've been there, my friend.
We all
I'm
have.
sorry. How old is your mattress? It's like 20. God, how old are my children? I got to do it based on that. Listen, my mattress was bought in 2002, so it's 23 years old. It's a nice mattress, and look, it does have the divots. Because we flipped it as many times as you can. We did the right things with it. It's just fucking 23 years old.
Yeah, flip it, rotate it, and after that, it's done.
But it's still very comfortable. It's just if you roll up into the middle, you realize how much it sank, and it sucks.
Yeah.
Monk needs a new bed. Streamlabs. Now, bed is actually, if I get a new one, I'm looking at next year. The 4th of July sales are when you buy new bedding. Man, we were in Virginia for 4th of July. This is when I realized if I want a new bed, that's when I should buy it. They were selling mattresses like 3/4 off, dude.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm like, why isn't everybody out buying a mattress today?
Because there's still $1,000.
No, the most expensive one I saw was like $700 for a king. Yeah. I'm just saying. Still comfy though. Actually, anytime we have to sleep somewhere that's not my bed, I am so immediately aware it's not my bed. Like, let me tell you how Monkey goes bed shopping. I haven't done it in a long time, but I climb my ass in the bed. I do the same thing when we bought our furniture for the living room. And I lay down on it in every position I know that I go to sleep in to see if it's comfortable. Which for some reason embarrassed my wife. I'm like, well, this is how I'm going to use it. I'd be like embarrassed because you took the car for a test drive. Like, well, I'm going to be in this position. I don't want to just sit on it and be like, yeah, that'll probably be good for my spine. My wife gets way more embarrassed than I do.
Yeah, it's a woman thing. There's social
I just don't get
animals.
embarrassed all that often. So,
I mean, it's kind of hard to get embarrassed when you don't care. I DM'd you the full body cam footage for your viewing pleasure later.
I'll be posting this until you get a new one. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Sorry, Jack, unless you need a bed too. No, I'll take the money though. I can use that. I don't want to go sell plasma again.
There's so many, man. I need Hassan money. All right, I'm a communist now. Give me your money.
Redistribute the financial wealth to our Streamlabs links.
I will get a dog and a shot collar if it helps.
Speaking of which, thank you, La Poussée de Floof. You change your underpants like you flip your mattress. If it doesn't have holes in it or crunchy, still good. That is one perspective on it. Dude, when I moved the mattress in the spare room here where I sleep, it's like a cloud. It's a bed that was never used. Somebody bought it and then never used it and gave it to my parents. It is so heavenly. I lay down on it and I just start drifting off immediately, which I'd never had before. But I've never had a brand new bed before, so it's beautiful. I love it.
When I got my settlement for the injury at work, we went out and we did furniture shopping and got furniture for all the rooms of the house. And that's when we bought our bed. And the guy was trying to sell me on like a $4,000 mattress. I was like, nah, bro, I like this one. And he goes, everybody likes that one. It's like half the price.
Well, maybe the expensive one should be better. How about that?
Well, the funny thing is we had to go in there for something at like a couple of weeks later. That one sold so well, they raised the price on it.
Oh, I don't blame him. That's supply and demand.
Yeah. Why is it always a black guy with a gray afro trying to race bait? It's not. It's not. Have you seen Joy Reid? That bitch ain't even got hair.
Yeah.
He just wanted the damn nice side of the bed. LOL. Yeah.
The nice side is for winners.
All right. We're gonna be wrapping up here, but let me tell you about my night, Jack.
Okay.
So my daughter stayed over because she had come up for birthday celebrations, and my son's oldest daughter stayed over because her cousins were here and they all got to hang out and they love each other. It's adorable. But it comes time to divvy up where everybody's sleeping. Now, typically what happens is me and Little Butt sleep in my bed and Lady Monkey sleeps in the bedroom upstairs with the two younger ones.
Yeah.
Well, with my daughter staying over too, there was less room. So Lady Monkey and Little Butt slept in the living room upstairs. And me and the other two slept in my bed. Now, when me and Little Butt sleep in the bed, I sleep on my side. And by my side, I mean about a 2-foot area.
Yeah, it's like having a cat in bed.
She takes up the entire other side of the bed.
Yep.
Last night with those two, all three of us slept on my side of the bed. All three of us. With my daughter's middle child, she was in the middle, pressed against me the entire time.
Aw.
And they finally fell asleep about 9, and I fell asleep, and I woke up at 10:30 in just so much pain.
Yeah,
So I
you're
came in
probably
here.
uncomfortable.
I came in here, had several cigarettes. I'm sure I watched something, but that's all. I just kind of vegged here. And about 4 o'clock in the morning, I go back in there, and as soon as I open the door, I hear, "Where were you?" I was like, "You guys are awake?" Like, go back to sleep. It's 4 a.m. And so I crawl into bed, and immediately the middle one right up against Grandpa. And I just reached over and I rubbed her back a little bit, and she reaches back and puts her hand on me. I was like, "Oh, she's so sweet. Now get off me. I'm trying to sleep."
Stop touching me.
But we
I
finally
thought you
all
were good.
we finally all get back to sleep, and at about 9:30 this morning, the two of them come bursting in the room. "Grandpa, it's time to get up." I'm like, "Okay." "Did we save you a piece of sausage?" I love that line. I don't know why. So I'm like, "Okay, I'm getting up. I'll be right there." And then about 10, the same two little blondes burst into my room and yell, and this is a direct quote, "Grandpa, you forgot to wake up."
You forgot to wake up.
You're right. And so I crawled my ass out of bed and had a great day with them because they're awesome kids. But yeah,
Okay.
I had a good night. I didn't sleep very well. I did not sleep very comfortably when I did sleep, but it's hard to get mad when they just want to be that close to you. You know what I mean?
No, I don't have children or grandchildren. So
Oh,
I'm
yeah, I
proud
forget.
of that experience.
Yeah, judging by what the internet's told me, I shouldn't tell these stories because you're barren.
No,
I'm not
women
shaming you by telling you how nice my life is. I hope that's yeah.
no, I understand. No, most of my friends have kids or grandkids, so it's understandable. My few single friends are all equally weird like me, so we're all like, yeah, we all know why we're single. We're all weird, but there's a couple of them that are in denial, but the rest of us all know. No, I thought you were going to say that you exiled your daughter to like a recliner.
Oh
And
no.
She was all uncomfortable all night, thrashed around trying to get comfortable, and then the kids woke her up as soon as she got to sleep.
I would let my daughter have my bed and I would sleep on the floor, but before I'd make her be uncomfortable somewhere.
Then you'd be like, "Well, you can sleep on the couch," but then there's like a bunch of Legos on the couch, and she's stuck in and they're like sticky things. And
our couch like I told you, we bought all the furniture for the house. Well, our main furniture set, it went through 3 kids and a dog and cats. It no longer exists, but we bought a second one for the downstairs, and it's a sectional.
yeah,
And that's the one we use upstairs now. It's our main one, and it will make you fall asleep on it. And then when you wake up, you will regret having fallen asleep on it.
yeah, I've been on those couches.
I wake up and my shoulder is just so fucking sore. But there are times because it immediately puts me to sleep. And if I haven't slept real well, sometimes I'll just go sleep on the couch. And then I wake up and I can't move my shoulder for an hour. It's actually much more comfortable than it sounds by that description.
My brother had this old 70s vinyl bright orange couch.
Oh,
That was the greatest thing to sleep on. It was so fucking comfortable. I can't even describe how magical that couch was. It was the napping couch. People would come over, sit down on it, and they'd be asleep in about 10 minutes.
Devil Fruit says, wish I knew my grandparents more than 4-year-old memories of my grandma before she died. I have way too many memories of my dad's mother and not enough of my mom's parents because they died when I was 8. Yeah, I think I was 8 or maybe I was 10 when they both were passed. But I only got to know them a little bit. We lived in San Diego. They lived in Anaheim. Quite the drive, so we didn't get to see them all that often. So I understand, my friend. I do. And it's one of the things that drove me to try to be a good grandpa is that the one grandparent I did know very well was a complete, horrible, wretched bitch and is probably in hell right now bothering Satan. Thank you again, Foofy Pousse. Hey, wifey, wake up. I saved you some sausage for the morning. Waking up is optional. Yeah.
One of my friend's kids would put food in his mouth while he was sleeping if he missed breakfast because she didn't want him getting hungry. So
Nice.
he'd wake up with warm food in his mouth.
The girls really like having sausage and eggs at Grandpa's house. I don't know why, but that is our go-to breakfast, and they were kind and saved me one link of sausage today. I'm about to nod off again. Have a good night. Take care, Blue-Eyed. We're going to be wrapping up here anyway. So everybody, thank you for coming and hanging out with us. Thank you for the donations. You're so, so kind. Don't forget to tip your monkey and Jack. And Jack, anything on the show?
Yeah, I'll drop some links to some cool new videos I did. As always, thank you guys so much for all the tips and all the support you give us. Speaking of which, thank you, La Poussée du Floof. Best not to have a significant other. It leads to potential loose ends that you need to clear up. Yeah, I fully understand that. Nothing worse than having to do a lot of extra work. No, I would have liked to have had kids, but it just didn't work out. You know, it's just life.
You're a man. You can have kids well into your 70s.
Yeah, but do I really want screaming children waking me up at 1 a.m?
No, I understand. I was just pointing out the biological fact that men can do that and women need to stop in their mid-30s at the latest. Otherwise, you're going to have a retard baby, and I'm going to have to make fun of it on stream.
Yeah, enjoy those gumballs, kiddos.
Or they could become the next Caleb Hammer.
The half downs. Is that like a half orc?
I hope they cherish those memories. Oh, I'm sure they do. You can't really affect that. All you can do is just be the best you can be for them. So I try.
Yeah, that's the stuff people remember, though, is the little things like that. Oh, real quick. Thank you, Frosted. Monkey Needs one of those home makeover type shows, but it's all cheapskate Band-Aid fixes. It'd be called Flip This Mattress.
Flip this. You're supposed to flip your mattress. That's a thing they tell you to do. What are you supposed to do? Like every 6 months? We probably didn't do it that often because that motherfucker's heavy.
I'm poor. I don't know. We don't do that shit.
That fucker's heavy as shit. I want my next mattress to be one of those roll-up ones that weigh like 3 pounds. It'll probably be uncomfortable as shit to sleep on, but it'll be easy to flip.
Yeah. You should get one of those, what are they called? Tanto mats that the Japanese use. Sleep on that. It's basically like sleeping on the floor, but there's a wicker basket in between you and the floor.
You know what bed never appealed to me was like the Craftmatic adjustables.
Those always looked like they'd hurt your lumbar. Right in the middle of your back.
I think they'd be great for watching TV, but I can't sleep sitting up. I mean, if I pass, I've fallen asleep like twice that way. But
yeah, I don't know. I'd rather get a hospital bed before I bought a Craftmatic.
even hospital beds, they piss me off because they want you on your back the whole time. And I say, I fuck that shit. I even with it jacked up a little bit, I will lay on my side because that's how I sleep.
Yeah, I'm a side sleeper most of the time. Although the cat has taken to sleeping on my chest when I'm on my side.
Mm.
So if I turn suddenly, there'll be this like fuzzy creature that runs off of me, scares the shit out of me at 2 p.m. because I'm asleep then.
All this dead skin and other body stuff contained in a 20-year-old mattress has to be like 100 pounds heavier than when we bought it. We have both a mattress pad and we use sheets, man. I'm not a bachelor. I have sheets.
There are 50,000 generations of dust mites living in there holding that thing together.
I'm just gonna sit here and let people insult my mattress all night. Anyway, yeah, we're
They have to
up.
do it in super chat. How's that?
Nah, I'm not Caleb. That's I've thought about making a video called Every Caleb Hammer Video.
It's just a bunch of clips of him yelling at dumb people.
No, it would be I would take pictures of him and just some random person and do both of the voices for it.
Oh, you have to make the other one that the smiling guy that internet historian uses.
Oh yeah.
Make him the one that Caleb's yelling at, so he's always smiling regardless.
No, because I need it to be a woman
Oh.
because he treats women differently. When they first come in, he's very kind to them. And then he goes like super hardcore, and it's like a 0 to 60 kind of thing, where with men, he like starts out at 40.
Yeah. My favorite are the ones where they cry.
Oh, yeah.
Because somebody actually called them on their bullshit for once. Speaking of that, did you see that guy dressed like a woman yelling at the woman wearing the Indian outfit?
No.
Oh, my God. I'll DM you that because that is fucking outstanding.
I think we're going to leave on a joke Little Butt told me this weekend.
Okay.
Have you seen the movie Constipation?
No.
Hasn't come out yet. Jack, a pleasure as always.
Always glad to be here.
Ladies and gentlemen, take care of yourselves. We love you. We'll see you on the next one. Bye now.
Bye, everybody.
I had to think about that constipation joke more than I wish I had to.